Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in a building, baby. We going to the top. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. And let me know what's on your mind. So let's talk about Nene Leakes and Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene Leakes did an interview on December 6th, and she was asked the question whether she is going to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 13. And Nene Leakes says she really does not know, because she really does not know what the future holds for her. But she said genuinely, she sits down and she thinks about the season after the season's over and see whether she's satisfied about it or not. So right now she's saying she really doesn't know. But one thing she does know, she feels like Real Housewives of Atlanta and the filming and the editing is not fair at all. She thinks there's a lot of things that are not fair, and Nene wouldn't elaborate on what she thinks is not fair, but she says you guys really just doesn't get a chance to really see what's going on behind the scenes. There's so many things that are cut out that you guys don't see. If you guys were able to see the things that you should see, then you probably would change your perspective on different things and who you like and who you don't like, baby. But Nene Leakes said that she would just sit down with her team and figure out whether she will continue to do the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because it's a question, because she has some complaints. And she also said her thinking about not returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta has nothing to do with Kenya Moore return to Real Housewives of Atlanta, even though they don't see eye to eye. Because Nene Leakes says, you know, she's not frustrated with Kenya and she doesn't really care if she's on the show or not. And Nene Leakes said that she's a pretty strong girl, and honestly, Kenya Moore cannot handle her if she got the Nene Leakes, baby. So I was like, okay, what's going on with this situation? I think, you know, a lot of things has changed for Nene Leakes, especially with Greg being sick. People accusing her not being sensitive to Greg, and then also being accused of attacking Portia while she was pregnant in her closet. You know, that's not a good feeling too as well. And people went after her because of that, because it was like, how can you attack a pregnant woman allegedly? But Nene Leakes said she didn't do it, point blank, period. She did not touch Portia and her belt, and she did not assist Portia in falling any way forward in her house. And then on top of that, the stories about Nene Leakes, you know, attacking, you know, production and the cameraman and knocking one of their teeth out. You know, it got to be a real type of hectic environment for her at that time. But she was having a breakdown because Greg was sick. And I guess she just thinks that, you know, it's not worth the stress anymore. But we'll see what happens with that situation, what her team decide to do at the end of the day. And she's not worried about Kenya Moore at all. She's just not happy about what goes on behind the scenes, and you guys don't get a chance to see. And also, she's happy that, you know, people are now actually seeing the true colors of some of the cast members. And I guess she's talking about Cynthia Bailey, because now it's coming out that there's a leaked tape. There's a tape that was recorded by none other than Miss Giovanna. She recorded Cynthia, and then now people are seeing Eva going in and and Eva has no holds bar, and she's still standing in it and she's sticking with it. I was like, I can't believe Eva. And Eva's doing interviews and she's talking on This Nation, and she's standing her ground about how she feels and what she said about Kenya and Portia. I was like, okay, this is a different Eva. She's standing in it, and she's taking, you know, the brunts and the bruises when it comes to people talking about, you know, her saying the word nappy hair and the way that she used it, because it's been used to shame black women in their hair, you know. So, but moving back along to Nene Leakes, she said that she's glad that people are getting to see a glimpse of the other girl's characteristics and personality, and now something that she had to deal with for years, and now people are starting to see their side. And she's happy that people are starting to see the other people's true colors too as well, because she feels like a lot of ladies have gotten a pass. And she's talking about Cynthia has gotten past, and basically people think that they're a good girl and they don't be doing this and they don't be doing that and they just miss innocent. You know, she didn't say Cynthia's name, but I can put it together. She's talking about Cynthia Bailey, because her and used to be best friends, and they ain't best friends no more. It is what it is. And she said people be getting passes because the editing and the things that go on behind scene, where that she believes the network but she didn't say this. I'm saying this. I believe that Nene believes that the networks is protecting certain individuals on the show where we won't see the real downright dirtiness unless they're not protected. And for instance, like Nene allegedly attacked the, cameraman and, the producers, and then allegedly she had supposed to put her hands on Portia, allegedly, and she's still on the show, you know what I'm saying? And Phaedra Parks, what did she do? She made up a rumor about Kandi Burruss, and she ain't been on the show since. So that means Kandi Burruss got some power over their baby. And what does Kandi Burruss owe Bravo? Because they have not put Phaedra Parks back on the show, even when Phaedra Park was garnishing, fans and getting fans to talk about her before the season was going to even appear. And she was doing, little photo ops, kissing this one, that one, got a new boyfriend, knew this, knew that. And the situation that was going along with her ex-husband. And it seemed like, she was going to have a clear shot in there. Kandi Burruss is like, no, she cannot come through. So Bravo and Kandi must really got a love relationship. But we also seen Andy on Kandi Coded Nights and on Kandi's YouTube channel. So it is what it is. So I guess, Nene's kind of right, because why haven't Phaedra came back? Like that situation needs to be handled too as well. Like, let's get a closure to that. Let's see what, Phaedra Parks says about Portia Park in the situation, and then Portia get away with murder, and she was part of the rumor too as well. And why is Phaedra so mad at Kandi, and what does she believe Kandi did to her? And Kandi could let Phaedra Parks know how she felt and what she did and the whole 9 yards, and then actually be around her. Just like, this cast will be superb if we have Phaedra Parks, because now we can cut every sector and every little part of the stuff that was going on for years on Real Housewives of Atlanta that has not been settled. And even Phaedra Parks and her situation with Kenya Moore, because Kenya Moore said she ain't gonna never talk to Phaedra Parks. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, but we know Phaedra ain't coming back. So maybe there is some truth to what Nene Leakes is saying. But one thing is for sure, she is glad that people are starting to see little bits of pieces of these girls' personalities, which, they got a pass for it. And she's very happy that some of them are being exposed as who they are, because she already know who they was. We just didn't know. So we'll see what's going to happen with the situation, whether Nene Leakes return back to Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 13. I think she's feeling a certain type of way, and maybe she doesn't feel like it's worth it. And also, Nene Leakes do have a retail empire when it comes to bricks and Monter and Swag Boutique, and she has 3 stores, one in Maryland, one in Georgia, and one in Florida, baby. So we're gonna see. It seems like Nene was really not feeling it. And the interview was with Hollywood Life. Peace. I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples.